In 2016, a study from the University of Nottingham revealed something startling. People who were less talkative, more introverted, and seemingly detached often scored higher in strategic thinking and long-term planning. They didn't just observe the world, they were analyzing it. They say the loudest person in the room is the weakest, but it's the quiet ones, the ones you barely notice, who are often the most unpredictable, the most prepared, and yes, the most dangerous. Let's break down why. Black Circle 1. Silent people observe more than they speak. Silent people don't waste energy. They conserve it. While others are busy trying to impress, dominate conversations, or fill awkward silences, the silent ones are watching, listening, calculating. In psychology, this is linked to what's called high cognitive restraint, the ability to hold back impulses and observe patterns instead. You walk into a meeting room. Everyone's talking, except one person, silent, calm, eyes scanning the room. You might ignore them, but chances are they already know who's insecure, who's bluffing, and who's really in charge. That's not passivity, that's power. Brain 2. Silence creates psychological control. In a world where everyone's fighting to be heard, the one who stays silent unnerves everyone. Think about it. You're in an argument. The other person says nothing, just looks at you. No reaction, no response. That silence? It eats at you. It makes you second guess yourself. Why? Because silence is a psychological weapon. It introduces uncertainty. And the human brain hates uncertainty more than pain. This is why therapists, interrogators, even FBI negotiators use silence intentionally. It breaks people down. It forces them to fill the gap. So when a silent person chooses not to speak, that's not weakness. That's control. Hole 3. You never see their moves coming. Loud people broadcast their intentions. They rant, overshare, vent. But silent people, they operate in shadows. Think of movies like The Godfather. Vito Corleone doesn't yell. He speaks slowly, quietly, deliberately. But when he moves, everything changes. That's based on truth. Even in corporate America, the most successful strategists aren't the ones giving TED Talks every day. They're the ones sitting quietly, watching how others react, learning systems, and then making bold moves no one expected. They don't announce their next step. They just take it. Lock 4. Their minds are fortresses. A silent person isn't necessarily empty. In fact, most are flooded with thoughts. That's part of why they're quiet. A study published in the Journal of Psychological Science showed that people who talk less often engage in deeper internal dialogue. They reflect, analyze, and process more than average. They're not just quiet outside, they're active inside. So while someone else is complaining or gossiping, the silent person is planning 5 steps ahead. They're not disengaged, they're preparing. 5. When they break, it's explosive. This is the part people forget. Silent people bottle things up. They don't react publicly. They don't fight every small battle. But when pushed to the edge, they don't explode, they execute. They've been analyzing everything, remembering every slight, storing every detail. So when they finally respond, it's not emotional. It's calculated. And that's what makes them dangerous. Because they don't come at you swinging. They come at you with a plan, and you won't even know what hit you. 6. They're misunderstood, and that gives them the edge because they're quiet. People underestimate them. They're overlooked, ignored. But that invisibility, it's an advantage. It means no one's ready when they move. No one expects what they're capable of. In military strategy, this is called the element of surprise. And history proves it's one of the most effective tactics in human conflict. So if a silent person is underestimated, let them be. That's part of the strategy. The next time you meet someone quiet, don't assume they're weak. Because behind that silence could be focus, could be strategy,